Hey everybody, it's Thorfinn here, and today I want to show you guys how to play KO on Sunset. So kind of the first thing that you're really going to want to learn here is you come here off the spawn barrier, you throw this, it's pop flash for elbow. Another flash that you can throw is you can throw this. So as you can see, it pops right here. So a lot of people think that this isn't the greatest flash, but it's a really good setup flash for if you want to sort of go Link, right? Because it's a really easy flash to dodge from Link, but mainly it's a flash to get you onto site, right? So if you're taking, for example, like what you could do is you could throw this flash here, which gets your guys into elbow, and then you smoke this, right? You smoke A short, and then you throw that flash that gets the guy running away from elbow, right? So basically he's double flashed and just completely destroyed, and he has to either come tuck back slant or try to run spawn, and hopefully your teammate right here will be able to trade them. A counter knife on A is you sort of come here, you aim in this general direction, and you yuck it. I missed it. Hold on. Make sure you're tucked like this. I've never missed this knife before until I started recording this. There we go. Boom. It scans all of A main. It's basically the same knife that Zelsis use, except it's thrown from a different spot. Another thing that you can do from market, if you like ping this, it's basically like you throw here. It's against tiles. But as you can see, if you throw it deeper, it can hit a little bit of aim in. You can kind of aim it like this, and it goes a little bit deeper, but as well as just doing this. Just scans bottom mid. I like to do this with like closing the door, throw it, boom. On B, I have some pretty good knives. Realistically, I think, you know, there's not a lot of like insane knives to throw. On A, here you can go here, and then you can aim like your flash like little icon right here on the right side of it with this flag, and then you throw, and then it lands, boop, and it hits most of elbow, and it also scans a majority of the bomb site, which is pretty important. If you want to take mid control, don't flash, well, don't smoke it. You just pop flash over here like this. There's also another flash that's like, hold on. It's like back here maybe. Can't remember. Yeah. So it's like this. So it pops around this corner, so the guy swinging won't get blind, but the guy in middle, unless he's right here, gets flashed. So basically from here to here, he's blind. But yeah, you can line up here. You can throw this one, which is just kind of like a generic, just anywhere in that general vicinity knife, and it's going to land right there. It's going to scan all of B main. Now, there's another knife for sight you can throw right here. You line the top of the knife with that, and if we zoom over here, it's unbreakable because it lands boop, right there. It's not the greatest knife. This is why I kind of don't like KO. I feel like a lot of the knives aren't the best. So you kind of have to use the knife to clear a specific part of the bomb site, and then you'd combo it with a gecko flash to clear the other, which I think is just kind of meh. Like, personally, that's why I think Fade is really good on this map. I think Fade is, like, excellent. So KO Gecko is pretty good, but I like Fade Breach more. But just because I know you guys are going to want to play it, I mean, Sentinels plays this, you're going to want to try KO on this map. So I figure I should make a nice little tutorial, right? So then you line this flash part with this T, and this is like the god knife for market. It just cannot get broken. It might, it, well, I'm not gonna say it can't, but okay. Well, that one didn't throw the way it was supposed to. Hold on, let me throw it. Still, boop, like that. There you go. So this is just like, yeah, there we go. So this gets all of market, and like I highly doubt anyone's going to break it. Technically, you could, but most of the time, you're not going to break it, so it's almost a guaranteed suppress on this guy. When you're coming out B main, if they smoke it, right? Just a nice little pop flash. But the big thing, right, with this is that you have to understand that there's a lot of angles that can be taken on the B bomb site. So you kind of have to combo the KO flash with the gecko flash, right? So if you want to flash the right side, you would throw the flash like this, right? And then you'd combo it with your gecko flash going to the left. So essentially what you're doing is you're clearing both sides and guaranteeing a flash. Or you omen blind this right side, which I think is honestly the preferred way of taking this bomb site personally. You omen blind that, and then you gecko flash, KO flash, pop out of the smoke. Obviously there's no smoke, but yeah. And you can clear the site extremely well, especially if this guy is holding the smoke like this. He's going to just guaranteedly get blind, or you're going to hear the gecko flash like tag him, things like that. And you know, if they're here, they just get guaranteed omen blinded. Let's kind of talk about mid for a second here, and kind of like some retake things that you can do. So one thing that you can do like on retake is you can kind of like just oh. Sorry. There you go. You can kind of just... There's definitely a more exact one, right? But you can kind of just free ball like mollies, right? Especially like a molly here, I think is pretty good. If you throw it deep enough. I was kind of wondering if you could... No, okay. But I feel like you definitely could do this. Yeah, look at that. So that's a really good molly because it just absolutely ruins this guy's day. Because the only way you're tucked from CT here is if you sit like this. So if you're like forced to swing, you're either A, forced to drop, or forced to swing wide. And you have to swing super wide, otherwise you're taking damage. Another thing that you can do, right, is you can throw a knife like right here. Scans the majority of elbow. Or right here, scans the majority of sight. One thing that I like to do personally is a lot of people like to play it here. So what I like to do is molly this, hold it, and then go to sight. You can throw a flash like this, which I think is really good, especially if you run through it, because it blinds this guy holding you elbow, and it also blinds the close guy. Even though the close guy is definitely going to be able to turn it, but if you throw it like this, something like this, then you can re-clear like that. If you're going through CT, you can also just kind of like huck a flash over, right? Like this flash is gonna blind this guy. It's gonna blind anyone like out in the open, right? You can also just do that for your CT players as well. You can just kind of like huck a flash like this. Oh. Oh my god. There we go. Like that, right? Sort of pops in the open. As well as like you can definitely go here and just throw like this, or you can jump over, throw it over the box. A lot of people don't really know this, but if you have like a one-way smoke here, if you get into the one-way smoke and you right-click lower than you usually would, right? Because usually you'd right-click high, sort of pop in like pop as soon as it exits the smoke. If you do the same thing, except you're aiming lower, so you can pop it underneath the smoke to get them off the one way. On like personally, I like to sit here on post, especially if you know that they're not gonna like molly this or send any util towards it, because just throwing this flash or like throwing a flash like this or like this, right? You're just being annoying as fuck. Like you're just throwing utility to just stall the opponent and make them really like aggravated, as well as you can molly these steps here, like that, which is really good. You can also jump and molly spawn so they can't come out, things like that, right? On B retake, this is probably like pretty obvious, but you really want to save your molly. You can go here and flash like this, and it pops your teammates out back sight. You can also right click a flash. Ooh, hold on, this is kind of hard to do. Hold on. There we go. You can right click a flash into the window, or you can just throw the flash like that. Personally, I like doing it like this. I think it's better. or you jump throw. If you aim like lower, like that. As well as you can go here and you can, well, just pops like front sight. So anyone sort of staring here as well. And then on the retake, volleying like that is pretty good. Even though you kind of want to molly just like straight behind it. So you gotta like kind of get used to it, right? This is something that you just literally practice. Like a lot of people don't understand that when pros do like things like this, most of the time they've done it before or they've maybe even practiced it to sort of make sure that they guarantee hit it where they want it to. As well as like if they smoke themselves off in order to spam the bomb, because that's the reason why you don't smoke mains when they're playing off of the bomb is because they can just spam you. You can always just like pop flash into it, right? The big thing with this pop flash is personally I like to jump and throw it up. The reason why I like to throw it up is because if you throw it up, it's gonna blind this guy back here too. So a lot of people will throw it like this, which is good, right? But if you just jump and throw it up, right, especially if there's a smoke here, and you pop it above the smoke, it's gonna blind this guy back here, and it's gonna blind everybody. So, kind of a big important thing to do and to know. As well as you can come top mid, right, and you can throw some decent knives. Like you can throw a knife like right here. Some tiles. You can throw this knife that I showed, like from market. As well as you can flash like this. Oop, I fucked it up. So you aim a little higher and you run throw. And it pops in this windowsill, which is really good for like arrays, satchel down tiles, because basically this guy is just gonna get full blind, and then you can chase them. As well as you can do kind of the same thing in mid, except I like to do like this, where you throw it behind the box, right? He blinds these mid guys. But yeah, that's really kind of all I have to tell you. There are obviously some things you can learn, right? You can learn like some volley lineups for this. You can learn post plant lineups and things like that. But I think those are like the general knowledge that you need to get value out of KO. Because I think in ranked, you're not going to always need specific lineups for stuff. And I would prefer you guys to find those lineups on your own because I think that it's a lot easier, especially depending on the res. Like all of these are done on 1920 by 1080 because that's what most people play. But I play stretched. So I have to go and find different lineups, right? Which is why I'll fuck these up sometimes because I'll try to do the ones for stretched when they don't work for 1920 by 1080. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. And I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me on the last few videos and all of the views and everything. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, just thank you guys. So have a good day.